Right, so let us start with AWS S3 MFA. Okay, now before starting, just wanted to pinpoint few of the things. You might be wondering that we already have AWS MFA, then why do we actually need S3 MFA, right? So basically, here the answer is simple as it sounds. Whenever we delete an object, we have versioning for it, which will actually create a snapshot of it. But in that snapshot, we have the delete marker present. But if that specific thing is also deleted, we don't have anything left, right? So in order to save the things, we have MFA, which will actually help us to resolve that issue. It will act as a double layer of security on our S3 bucket. Okay, so when working with S3 versioning in AWS S3, you can optionally add another layer of security by configuring it to a bucket to enable MFA delete. So when you do this, the bucket owner must be aware to include two forms of authentication in any request for deleting or revising any versioning of the bucket. Okay, so basically, what are the things that we need to consider here is MFA delete actually requires additional authentication for the following operation. So, what are the operations that you actually do? Basically, you change the versioning state, or secondly, you're permanently deleting the object version. Okay, so MFA delete actually provide an added layer of security. For example, your security credentials are compromised, right? MFA delete can help you to prevent accidental bucket deletion by requiring the user who initiates the delete action. So basically, it actually asks you to provide a physical possession of MFA device or MFA code by adding an extra layer of security. Okay, so unless and until you won't provide the code, it won't be deleted. So basically, when you want to enable MFA on AWS S3, so this is the set of command that you actually need to do is that is AWS S3 API. What this API does is it actually tells you that we need to run AWS CLI command to interact with AWS S3 low level S3 API, which actually used for accessing API features of S3. Second is put bucket versioning. Basically, it is used. Basically, it is specifying that we want to enable the versioning, and it is used for configuration of versioning for the specified S3 bucket. And hyphen hyphen bucket followed by the bucket name, version configuration, and then we are enabling the status, and MFA delete is also set to enable. And after that, we are going to define the ARN, right? So MFA ARN. So this is multi-factor authentication for the root user. Remember, root user, it cannot be done with a regular user, followed by the 6-digit code. Okay, so yeah, that was all about that command. Which we are going to do is this same command can be used for disabling the multi-factor authentication on AWS S3. You just need to replace this placeholder with disabled and the rest remains the same. Okay, I hope this was the theoretical one where you actually learned about AWS S3, which actually adds another layered security to your S3 bucket. Let us see practical demonstration in the next one. Thank you.